Alex Anderson, cutback ball, falls on the 6, turning shot, opening goal.
It's been a while since we saw our Reggae Boyz hit the field in a meaningful game, and while we may not be facing the Mexicos and the USAs of the world, I am not expecting a walk in the park when we face St Vincent and the Grenadines in the Gold Cup prelims this Friday. Welcome back to Jump Hill Fun, and this is my Jamaica versus St Vincent and the Grenadines preview, where I give you a look at the boys that were selected for this window, as well as introducing you to our opponent St Vincent. We will start where it always begins, with the 23-man squad selected by coach Steve McLaren. And immediately, what jumps out at everyone is the 9, that became later 10, JPL players that were selected. Look, obviously I'm a fan of the JPL, but even I was a bit surprised that 10 players from the league were called up. Of course, I expected King and Davis to be there, and I'm glad that Ainsworth get a look in, but I will never expect Warner Brown and Fitzroy Cummings to get the call. Of course, the coach stated that some of these local call-ups were due to the unavailability of some of our more seasoned national team players like Lowe and Cory Anderson, but it's a very valid question to ask about some of the other Jamaicans that are currently plying their trade overseas. Purely from me just taking a wild shot in the dark here, for the reason behind this is that with these games being valued as highly important, McLaren may have opted to only invite players that worked with him before and thus already up to speed with his managerial style. Anyway, from those selected, here are my key figures to look out for this window. We just have to start with Leon Bailey. McLaren recently stated that Bailey will play a huge role in Jamaica's qualifying effort this year, and he got to begin with these 2 games. He isn't having the greatest of seasons with Aston Villa, but things are picked up a bit for club, so here's hoping it continues for country. Next, we have to highlight Shamar Nicholson. He had to share that number 9 limelight with Antonio for the last 2 years, and now, due to unfortunate circumstances, it's all his again. His club situation at one point seemed to work itself out with a club move to Mexico, where he started immediately and even scored a goal. But the manager that brought him over got fired recently, leading him to see less of the pitch lately, and hopefully that does not dent his confidence or form, as we have seen versus Dominica last year. Bowser likes playing against his Caribbean foes. The final person to highlight is Richard King. It feels as if he continuously has to be proving to us all that he belongs here, but this just may be the best opportunity to shut up mouths for good. With a raft of injuries in the centre-back position and with Lowe out due to personal reasons, King may see major minutes alongside Pinnock in both games. I'm very intrigued to see how he will handle being a Reggae Boyz starter. So that's the Reggae Boyz, but what about our lesser known foes? Well, St Vincent and the Grenadines ain't having a very good World Cup qualifying campaign, currently having 0 points over 2 games, but were much better in the recently concluded Nations League. Hence why they face us now. In that spell, they only lost once in their last 5 games, which was a narrow defeat to El Salvador at home. But they follow up that defeat with an impressive 2-1 victory in San Salvador to help book this match with Jamaica. Under former MLS player and coach Ezra Henriksen, they now deploy a 5-3-2 and have become a little more direct in the few clips I've seen of them. Okay, let's look at 3 key players to look out for from the St Vincent team. I will start with the veteran striker Cornelius Stewart. The 35-year-old has been around the block, so he's very experienced and currently plays his trade in Indonesia for Semen Padang and have 5 goals so far this season. As for his record for St Vincent, he has 19 goals in 61 caps. His strike partner, Olex Anderson, is our next player focus. He currently plays in the USL with North Carolina FC and has 37 goals in 94 games for the team. As for his time with the national team, his record sits at 13 goals in 33 caps. He's a pacey player and he's fairly good with the ball at his feet. And our final player focus is midfielder Spiel Spring. The 24-year-old has been a recent mainstay in the team and is a robust box-to-box midfielder with a nose for goal. In fact, in their last 3-1 victory over Bonaire, he alone notched 2 goals for his country. Overall, he has 5 goals in 24 caps for the Vinny Heat. So yeah, it should be an interesting match since it's a potential banana peel skin for our Reggae Boyz. Also, it's interesting to see what formation Steve McLaren decides to go with, as he could be ambitious and go with a 4-3-3 with Hayden as a lone defensive midfielder, or he could go with a 4-2-3-1 with Latti or Anglin joining Hayden in midfield for extra defensive coverage on the road. We will all find out soon enough when St Vincent and the Grenadines takes on Jamaica at the Arnottsville Cricket Ground this Friday at 6 p.m. Jamaica time. But anyway guys, that's it all from this short preview of the Reggae Boyz upcoming match, leg 1 against St Vincent and the Grenadines. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of your score prediction, what might happen in the game. I don't really see a blown out happening, maybe something like a 2-0. But let me know in the comment section below what you think. Otherwise, for great content on the Reggae Boyz, you're already at the right place. Jampel Fan. YouTube, big up yourself.